How do I know my boyfriend doesn't really love me? If your boyfriend is constantly behaving in these 8 ways, then your relationship is in danger. Maybe you haven't realized the seriousness of the problem. You are full of expectations of love and fantasize about stepping into a sweet life with that person. But lately, you have found out that this is not the case. You may not have thought about it when you started dating someone you cared about. But the truth is that not all relationships last. Some relationships may end for a number of reasons. While most of the time we try and stay positive here on World of Psychology, every now and again reality sucker punches us back to our senses. The fact remains that despite our wise advice over the years, we haven't budged the divorce rate in the US. Not that we thought we could. Most relationships fail. There's simply no way to argue with it. So it might help some of our readers if they could spot the signs of their own relationship failure before it's too late. Sure, we all wish we could see the end of our relationships a mile away. But the truth is, many of us need a little help. Here's how to tell if your relationship is on the rocks, and you won't be surprised if this happens to you. What does it mean if a relationship is on the rocks? You may have heard the term on the rocks and don't know for sure what it means. This refers to problems in a relationship. Relationship on the rocks meaning essentially indicates that a relationship is in trouble. If you've been feeling like your relationship with your boyfriend isn't as strong as it used to be, there may be some signs that your relationship is on the rocks. Here are 8 signs to look out for. 1. Stop, never initiate contact. They only contact you when they need to. Remember the beginning of your relationship? Whether you lived together or only saw each other once a month, you couldn't stop talking. You may have stayed up all night talking, or talked on the phone for countless hours, or snuggled on the couch. He'll want to know what's going on in your life every day, and you'll share your daily routines with each other. When 2 people in a relationship stop talking, and your partner never reaches out to you during this time, or he only reaches out to you in the following such situations where they need you, then the relationship can be very dangerous. And I don't mean actual physical talking. We talk all the time. I'm referring to the kind of real, honest conversation that couples often have in the early stages of a relationship, but which fades over time. Someone who is truly in love always wants to stay in touch with the person he loves, and he likes to hear from you. However, if you always reach out and they never reach out to you, it's not a good sign. 2. Attitude becomes perfunctory. In the world, there are 2 things cannot look directly. One is the sun, the second is the human heart. People's hearts say change. A person loves you, you will take good care of you. The one who does not love you may move the knife with you. His attitude towards you, not at all like a boy in love should be like. To your enthusiasm does not care. To your distress, lazy ask. To your anxiety, perfunctory. Instead of being your boyfriend, he is your friend, and there is an unbridgeable gap between you and him. You find more and more problems between you, not because you don't have the time or ability to communicate and solve problems, but because he refuses to communicate psychologically, and he is used to dealing with problems with cold violence. In the relationship, disappointment will only make people heartache. Despair is called cold. Once the man gave you this feeling, must not think of staying away from him, otherwise, stay longer hurt more deep. Some things, even if you do not want it to happen, but powerless to change. Some people, even if you do not think he left, but cannot be undone. They rarely praise you and even start to pick on you. Compliments are the best way to make your partner feel loved and to show that they care about you. And if your partner rarely compliments you or even snickers at your flaws, chances are they don't love you as much as you think they do. But some people don't expect others to be as good at expressing their feelings as they are, so we can't deny that. If your 6th sense picks up on the fact that he's a little turned off by you, either explicitly or implicitly thinks you're out of shape, can't dress well, starts heaping praise on other girls in front of you, and makes fun of you in a joking way, as well as suppressing your self-esteem and putting you into an inferiority complex where you don't even feel worthy of him. Even if you put on an elaborate and satisfying makeup for your next date, he will just turn a blind eye. Oh, you know, this is not your problem. Remember, in the past he would tolerate your shortcomings and tell you that you are the most beautiful girl. No partner who loves you would make fun of your girlfriend's figure or appearance. This is a very disrespectful behavior. We should understand that once a man expresses such an opinion, it may indicate that he no longer has feelings for you and does not care about you feel. 4. He asks for space. Imagine a once harmonious relationship where your boyfriend used to share every detail of his life with you. You were inseparable, like two peas in a pod. But now, something has changed. He's developed a mystique, a shroud of secrecy that leaves you feeling excluded. The walls he's built around himself are impenetrable, and he insists on having his own private sanctuary. He pleads with you to respect his need for personal space, claiming that it's vital for his independence and autonomy. It's as if he's staking a claim on his own territory, demanding solitude as a way to distance himself from the intimacy you once shared. In your heart, you can't help but wonder why he suddenly desires more space. Has he found a new source of affection? Is there someone else capturing his attention? It's a painful thought, but a real possibility. Unfortunately, when men seek the company or affection of others, they often retreat into solitude, pushing their partners away. Unless there has been a major conflict or a significant breach of trust, such as being overly clingy or nagging excessively, there's little explanation for his sudden need for more space. It's almost as if he's re-evaluating your relationship, questioning whether you are still the one for him. 5. He is no longer interested in sex. Once upon a time, the physical intimacy between you and your man was electrifying. Passion filled the air, and every touch sent sparks flying. In those moments, you felt desired, cherished, and connected on a deep level. But something has shifted, and a dark cloud seems to loom over your once vibrant sex life. Nowadays, the flame that once burned brightly has dwindled to a mere flicker. The desire that used to consume him seems to have evaporated into thin air. No matter what sensual tricks you try, whether it's donning seductive lingerie, setting the mood with scented candles, or playing soft romantic melodies, his response remains lukewarm at best. It's not just about physical connections either. Something deeper has gone awry. When you do manage to engage in intimate moments, it feels more like a chore for him, rather than an opportunity to express love and desire. He becomes distant, detached, and disinterested, leaving you feeling abandoned and unfulfilled. You may even notice that he's become more selfish and less attentive to your needs in the bedroom. He no longer takes the time to explore your desires or ensure your satisfaction. It's as if he's become disconnected from the emotional connection that once fueled your physical encounters. These changes in his attitude towards sex can be indicators that he no longer feels the same level of love and passion towards you. It's possible that he's seeking fulfillment elsewhere, or has simply lost interest in the intimacy that once defined your relationship. Remember, sex is not just a physical act. It's an expression of love, trust, and vulnerability. If your partner's desire for physical connection has diminished, it could be a sign that his feelings for you have waned as well. 6. He keeps your relationship secret or hides it well. In today's digital age, where sharing every aspect of our lives on social media has become the norm, it's puzzling when your significant other seems to be keeping your relationship hidden from the world. While not everyone feels the need to broadcast their love life online, there are subtle signs that indicate something is amiss. You start to notice that there's a conspicuous absence of any mention or photos of you together on his social media profiles. His Facebook page, Instagram feed, and Twitter timeline are devoid of any trace of a romantic partner. It's as if he wants to present a single and available image to the world, keeping your relationship under wraps. But it goes beyond social media. In real-life situations, he introduces you to his friends or colleagues as just a friend, or downplays the seriousness of your relationship. While it's important to respect privacy, a genuine partner would want to shout their love from the rooftops, proudly proclaiming your status as a couple to everyone they meet. This secrecy and hidden nature of your relationship can lead to feelings of confusion, doubt, and even insecurity. You wonder why he is reluctant to acknowledge your bond openly. Is he keeping his options open, afraid of commitment, or not fully invested in the relationship? Furthermore, if he consistently keeps you hidden from his family and close friends, it raises even more red flags. Introducing you to loved ones signifies a significant step towards building a future together, and his reluctance to include you in these aspects of his life may hint at a lack of long-term commitment. While there may be valid reasons for keeping a relationship private, such as protecting it from external judgment or interference, it's essential to have open, honest conversations with your partner about the reasons behind this secrecy. Transparency and trust are vital ingredients for a healthy and fulfilling relationship, and it's important to assess whether his hidden agenda aligns with your own values and relationship goals. 7. He's been comparing you to other women lately. It's a heartbreaking experience when your partner starts to compare you to other women. Suddenly, your self-worth takes a hit as he begins to highlight the supposed superior qualities of others, be it their looks, intelligence, talent, or any other attributes. It's a clear sign that he no longer sees you in the same light and has lost respect for you as a person. These comparisons may be subtle, such as casually mentioning how attractive another woman is or praising her achievements in comparison to yours. It's as if he is subtly suggesting that you fall short in comparison to these women, leaving you feeling inadequate and unappreciated. A loving and respectful partner would celebrate your individuality and appreciate your unique qualities. They would lift you up and make you feel good about yourself, rather than tearing you down with comparisons. Remember, you deserve someone who loves and accepts you for who you are without constantly measuring you against others. 8. He never talks about the future. The most important thing in any relationship is building a shared future together. However, you start noticing that whenever you bring up topics like having children, getting married, or even discussing living arrangements, he remains surprisingly silent. This absence of communication about the future can significantly impact the foundation of your relationship. When you first started dating, you imagined a life together, making plans and creating a vision for your future. But now, it feels like he has become disinterested or even distant when it comes to discussing these important matters. It's almost as if he has excluded you from his future plans entirely. If he is making plans for himself, it can leave you feeling excluded, neglected, and uncertain about where you stand in his life. The lack of transparency and willingness to discuss future vacations, family events, or milestones can leave you feeling non-committal, confused, and even questioning if he sees a future with you. Remember, open and honest communication about the future is essential for the growth and success of any relationship. If he continuously avoids discussing the future or doesn't involve you in his plans, it may be a sign that he is not fully invested in building a future with you. When you find that your boyfriend has the above 8 behaviors, or other behaviors not mentioned in our channel, such as cheating, not letting you participate in major events in life, not respecting your boundaries, exerting control and dominance, showing signs of aggression or violence, threatening or intimidating you, isolating you from friends and family, constantly criticizing or demeaning you, gaslighting or manipulating you, or no longer caring about your well-being and personal growth, it indicates that your relationship is currently in a very dangerous state. Of course, we all want a good outcome in this relationship. What can you do? What should you do when you notice red flags in your relationship? There are articles out there that will tell you exactly what you need to do to get your relationship back to where it was before, and I've read them. In fact, before my relationship ended, I read all of them, looking for answers, reassurance, and even hope that I could spend the time and money to make myself look better inside and out. I made a lot of changes, but I found he still won't love you. It's a painful truth, but isn't it even more painful to pretend you can do something to change it when there's nothing you can do? When it comes to relationship red flags, the best way to deal with them is early, honestly, and fairly. Have honest conversations with your partner, express your concerns and feelings, and let them do the same. Keep your needs in mind, communicate clearly and often, and try to control your emotions. In some cases, you may need to seek help from a professional, such as a marriage counselor or therapist. It's always important to be honest with yourself throughout the process and to lean on family and friends if needed. When you notice red flags early in a relationship, take note of them. Whether you encounter lies, experience possessiveness, or are put down, you should take the situation seriously and consider how it may affect not only your immediate future, but also your relationship. Don't kid yourself. What you can do, what you absolutely should do, is face the facts. It's time to find your exit strategy. Of course, you deserve better than a partner who doesn't love you. You deserve a partner who adores you. You deserve a relationship that makes you feel loved, wanted, valued, and secure. You know you need to leave the relationship. You just wish there was another one you like.